Today we will be going over an experiment on the chemical reactions of matter. This experiment could be used in a 9th grade classroom, specifically physical science. The content standard which it addresses is PSM 5. For the experiment, you'll need 5 copper pennies that look like this. They should be pretty clean. You'll need white vinegar, a dish or a bowl, and a piece of paper towel. If you use this as a classroom experiment, you would multiply the materials by the number of students that you have, or the number of groups if you choose to do it as a group experiment. Now, let's go to the experiment. Okay, so for the experiment, we're going to start by placing the paper towel in the dish or bowl. It should be folded small enough like this to fit in the desired container. So my bowl is about this big. I might even be able to fold it one more time. It should just lay on the bottom like that. It's not laying, but next you're going to put each of the pennies on top of the paper towel. Just as a side note, I would make sure to test multiple pennies so that you have multiple trials. So for this experiment, as I said before, I'm going to use 5. So once you have the pennies placed, like I'm doing right now, I'm laying them in a single layer. You're going to pour the white vinegar over the pennies. There's no specific amount except that the paper towel should be fully saturated. So I'm just going to kind of pour a little bit in here. All right. You shouldn't have excess water. Notice how I barely have any extra in there. So next, we're going to talk about how you could use this experiment in your classroom. This concludes the actual experiment. You would record all of your data over a couple of days or even class periods to see the pennies change color. Using this activity in a classroom, I would use it as an engagement activity at the beginning of a lesson. I would start by giving the students a question to tie in the content standard. Some of the questions that I've come up with that you could use in your classroom are: what do pennies and the Statue of Liberty have in common? The Statue of Liberty is green, as we know, because of the chemical reactions that it's underwent over the years. You could also ask students an engaging question such as, have you ever wondered why your fingers turn green when wearing inexpensive jewelry? Or, did you know that the Statue of Liberty was not painted green if they haven't went over that before? So something that you may have noticed while I was recording my video was that I did not have any safety procedures in place. If you were to use this in a classroom or at home, I would advise using gloves and goggles just to be safe. You could add on to this activity by testing different concentrations of the white vinegar. This may be hard and you may not be able to find it at your local grocery store, but it would be possible if you had another part of an activity you wanted to include. Well, that concludes my video. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Thank you!